And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Dysfunction Junction today proudly brings to you our effort to make money. You can rent the board behind me. You can advertise on the banner below us. You can buy Lynch some beard products so he doesn't look like a homeless man.
For real, we're starting our own. It's our own brand. We're gonna call it Kaczynski. Kaczynski beard product.
If Daily Wire can have their own razors, why can't we?
Did you get a haircut?
No.
You look like you got a haircut.
No, I'm just not wearing a hat.
Oh, there it is. There it is. We can actually see your dome.
And
that's what it is. It's the no hat.
It doesn't get any more dysfunctional than this. This is the part where I tell you to lean back, pick up a beverage, do your thing, and say, "Welcome to Dysfunction Junction."
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yes.
On the screen below me, my esteemed co-host,
Chris Lynch.
And of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, the best damn barbecue cook north of the Mason-Dixon line. That is Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up, everybody out there watching and listening tomorrow? What is up?
Now, all of you people, I want you to know, I put on, when I shared the feed, I said, we're going to be talking about the Nashville shooting, but we're going to have some fun first. Why lead off with crap and then everybody bails out? Let's lead off with fun and you all stick around and maybe you give your answers to some of these questions. This is our, fifth foray into questions from the hat.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6. We're ass deep.
Yeah,
we are ass deep.
We're all sorts of knuckles in right now.
I got to call up my questions. Today's questions. This is literally a file I use every time we use.
Elbow deep.
And no, anything that needs a list. It's the same document title. It's all, but last time it was bands we were changing and who it was going into. It was movies. It's the fucking list. It's the list. I should probably save it and publish it as a book.
Well, all right. If that's what you want to do, that'd be fun. I've always thought stuff like that. If I just
behind the scenes notes from a podcast and just what the fuck?
Hey, whose buzzer is that?
That was my phone. My phone.
Herm, take your pill.
My phone. Heard. We got the buzzer.
All right. So I have shared the show on the Facebook, and hopefully we'll start getting some folks rolling in anytime now, because it's questions from the hat, bitches, and we have fun when we do this. So, Herm, tell them the rules.
All right, here's the rules. Basically, I'm gonna roll this little fucker right here. I'm holding one die. One die.
One die. That's all it takes, man.
One die. That's all. One die. And we're gonna roll it. And we've each got 5 questions, and we're going to answer them. And according to what the 6-sided die does, and we're going to hear what we hear and say what we say, and just we don't know what the questions are. There's 5 random questions each, and we're going to answer them as quick as possible, but with as much depth as possible, so that we can get on to the other topic we have. And because some of us are a little hot about some of the shit that's going on. But so we're going to start with some questions.
All right, so first thing we got to do is we have to set up who's going first in each round. So I'm going to ask a question, and this will determine who goes first in each round. And that question is, how old were you when you saw your first concert? I'm guessing Lynch was like 2.5.
For me, 8. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you consider a concert.
Without your parents, you're kind of...
Without my parents?
Yeah.
Oh, without my parents? Oh, yeah. Because I went to a bunch with. First concert without was, would be Zombie.
How old were you?
30 something.
Well, you're fucking fired.
I didn't do a lot of concert stuff. My problem is that most artists don't sound live the way they do on a record. And as a DJ, I like the fidelity of the record. And the only album that I like that actually went live that was better than that was Cheap Trick. Live at Budokai was way fucking better than the studio album. But for the most part, most artists don't reproduce. And I got to be honest, it's what I'm looking for. And I know that's probably some sellout bullshit in your rule book, and I get it. But
no, not at
I am
all.
what I want. But as a
wanna
person,
hear-
who wants to, I want you to be able to create that complete studio sound and vibe in the middle of outdoor nowhere. And for me, that's the sound engineer going like, okay, hold on, I can make this happen. I got to time align some shit and work on, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just an album purist, I guess you would call.
I understand. I'm a guy that, and as a rock and roll guy, I didn't like seeing, artists that were R&B or funk. They didn't sound right live. But as a rock and roll guy,
The music did, and they were amazing. But it was the vocals, and a lot of that just fell short of the production value a lot.
You're belaboring the point at this point. You're going last. You're going last in every round. All right, wait.
I'm sorry. I was like, so I'm just going, my head when you asked, I was like, so I'm just going last. All right, cool.
Okay, well, now you are. Okay, now, listen. I'm asking Lynch. Now, cousins count. If you go without your parents, that counts as your first concert. How old were you when you saw your first real concert without mom and dad?
12.
So was I. Damn it. All right, so we got to come up with something better. Herm's going to be the tiebreaker. Who'd you see?
If I remember correctly, it was at the sub base, 1984. It was, oh my God.
How were you 12? Oh, wait, never mind.
72
Carry
to
on.
82 is 10.
Yep.
84, you were like 34 in 84. What are you talking about? Like, Jesus, you were almost at a midlife crisis at 84.
Shut your mouth. Let him talk.
I had my second midlife crisis at 12. Give me some credit, motherfucker. No, I was 12 years old. I went with, like you said, cousins. They brought me somewhere. Honestly, Chris, I don't remember. It was like easy listening.
When he was 12, it was probably Al Jolson. Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Okay. We're not going to win this one because I already know mine was Kiss with Queensryche as the opener. So, Herm, you got a coin?
How old were you?
Well, 1984, Animal.
Yeah, I can make a decision.
All right, quick. Who's going first? Herm?
Let's see.
I'm going last.
I'm going last, so it's Burns is evens and Lynch is odds.
So Lynch will go first. I'll go second.
No, you go first. Lynch goes second.
God damn it. This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, it's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
All right.
I'll just buy new things.
I didn't number mine. I folded them all up. And I'm going to ask them at random.
All right.
And for those of you joining that thought that maybe we're going to go right into the Nashville shooting, you have to sit through this first. So, deal with it.
This is our thing, so it's just the way it's gonna be.
This is why we put the funk in dysfunction.
That's right. That's right.
there.
With a C, like
All right.
C for cunt.
Wow. We just went off the deep.
I went there.
Is
But
this
you
Sesame?
can't. I'm about to ask a question, and bitch walks away.
What's this, Sesame Street?
Kind of, yeah. This episode is brought to you by the number 3 and the letter C.
Jennifer, why is there yogurt in my beer fridge?
Because there wasn't room in the yogurt fridge.
I put yogurt in the beer fridge?
Yes, because I couldn't get the normal pack. I had to get the.
Oh, that's right, because you couldn't just buy like a yogurt. You bought like 743 yogurts in a fucking box.
Costco
The
do
fuck?
that.
I don't buy that much yogurt at the fucking home for the old people.
Costco will do that to you.
I can't. No, we can't get. I hope you got your Costco on you because you're getting dick in bulk tonight.
All right, here comes question number 1. Are you ready?
Promises, promises.
I heard her. That's cool. Question number 1. Which would you
Blue.
prefer? Which would you prefer, to bang a hot tranny or to listen to Ben Shapiro read your favorite novel to you out loud?
Ben Shapiro all day long.
Ben Shapiro all day long. Why was that a warmer? Is that what that was? That wasn't a real question, right? That was just for comedic reaction. Like,
Look, before the events of the last couple days happened, I wrote these down.
I mean, there's other questions you could ask to test the waters. Like, you're at an orgy and a finger rests against your butthole. Do you clench up and pull away, or do you ease and push back into it? There you go. And you get. Life's like that. Do you fucking pull away, or sometimes you just have to ease into it and take the finger in the ass? So there you go.
I am not sure how any of this.
This is not a child. This is not a child podcast.
We went there,
We are not.
Very early.
We aren't Blippy.
and it wasn't me.
No, and one of the questions I had that did not make the list, I guess I have to ask it now. Black licorice. What do you call them? Black licorice jelly beans or circus peanuts?
Circus peanuts.
Why?
Because I don't like anisette at the level that they use it in licorice. I like it extremely fucking mild. I don't like that. That's what that is. Excuse me, anisette, and I don't like it. So it has to be used like extremely sparingly in like the Italian pizzelle cookies. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, totally. Because I can just stuff a peanut in my lip and just let it dissolve. Yeah.
I stuff a lot of thing in my lip. Whose monitor was that?
That was me. It was her.
Herm, take your pill.
I'll take black licorice.
So would I. Absolutely, 1,000%.
Yeah, but you know, your point's invalid. You like Moxie, and I'm pretty sure that's like what they drain out of like whatever's left after they clean it. That's the water that they wash the inside of a sewage tank with. I'm pretty sure of it. They add sugar, but they add sugar to it.
Moxie.
Wait, Pat, Dr. Brown celery soda.
I love that shit.
Oh, see, this is why I question everything. My friendship with you people. It's just, yes, you people.
Oh, not because you're retarded. Because you think we're
Right,
retarded.
right. I judge you by the way you sin against food differently than I do.
Moxie is the answer of the gods. Oh wait, Jordan's watching. Jordan, check out this T-shirt, bro.
Oh, I'm missing the comments. What do we got?
Nice.
Yo, where's my fucking email?
He just said he's sending you the email.
Fucking A, 2 days. I've been looking for. I got a lot of shit going on right now. I'm sorry.
Then take your fucking pill. Jesus Christ.
I did take it. I did.
That
Hold
thing's
on.
gone off 17 times.
Taking my pill.
Thank you. I wish
There you
I got
go.
pills in the truck. Don't worry about it. All right, so I guess my question just flew out the fucking window. Lynch, you're next.
If you could ask yourself, your future self, one question, what would it be?
Why am I so fat?
Tacos.
My
I can answer
future
that.
self. I mean, no, shut up. My future self. What would I ask my future self? That's a weird question because you don't know where you're going or what you're going to do. I mean, we all have... damn it, Herm, turn it the fuck off.
I did. I thought I did.
About to hire Jordan for this show. Jesus Christ. And he is the most, distracted man in podcasting. You ever watch a show on Wednesday night?
I have. He's never on the show. He's like there for 3.5 seconds and then he squirrels off.
That's what I'm saying. Still love him, but get your shit in gear. Turn off your fucking phone.
I did.
All right.
I think
What's
I
up?
did.
Derek the Undertaker is here.
What up, Bother?
By the way, the sign is courtesy of Derek the Undertaker. You can rent this sign, and I will donate whatever you give us to charity. If you want shout outs, if you want to say, my husband John is a douchebag.
I got $20
Yeah,
on.
that-
I got $20 that says, looking at the sign and looking at the letters and the frame, that one of his funeral homes bought a new sign for out front saying the such and such funeral. I'm just saying, I've seen that motherfucking board before, and it's usually accompanied by a dead person.
I cannot confirm.
They went digital.
What caught me was they have these little dollar signs and cent signs in the box, and I'm like, why in the fuck would you have this at a funeral home?
It just comes with the box.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's like this. It's like a woman. It comes with a box.
We'll go with it. Yeah, it comes with the box.
If you take the box, that's what you get. You got to get that too.
I'm going back to Lynch's question. I don't know what I would future Chris. Like, did I do it right? Did I get it all? Because to me, every day is a new opportunity to, fill. Anybody who knows me, I fill every day with as much shit as humanly possible. Some people hate that about me. Why don't you have time to talk? Hi, have we met? I have 50 hours a week I do at the job. I do,
Yep.
I do other work on the side. I got the 2 podcasts. I got my family. I got all this stuff. I have Saturday and Sunday off. Now, in Saturday
Yep.
and Sunday, I have to jam
I
as
hear
much
that.
shit as humanly possible into those 2 days, and then I'm right back at it on Monday. That's what I would ask my future self. Did I get it all? Did I get everything that I had?
Yeah, I would ask myself, are you happy?
Happy's a feeling. I'm happy every day. If I go to bed
No,
and I
but-
know I accomplished something, I'm happy.
I'm asking in reference to, like, are you happy the course your life has taken?
Right. And Derek put it out there, too. Most Friday nights are busy for me because I am at Sweet Baby Hangout.
I follow that question with, where's a good read at?
Herm's house.
Yeah,
at that.
I see. I
Fantastic.
Welcome to Colorado in unrestricted legality.
Right? Herm Lynch has got his lifesaver gummy gimmicks.
Yep. I have Doritos.
Pina
What's today?
colada.
Tuesday. I have weed Doritos. I'm just
I
saying.
would, you know
At
what?
the I'm telling you, at the next barbecue, I'm sprinkling that bag into the fucking bag of regular ass Doritos, and we're just gonna see what life does.
Herm,
I've also got nerds and candies to put on the kids' ice cream table at some point.
I'm bringing Emma. I would pay money to watch her get loopy.
Sprinkle nerds all over her vanilla ice cream, and then just watch her just macrame her ass into the sofa. Bang.
Fantastic.
Daddy, my teeth are chewy.
Yeah, they are. This shit's amazing. Go sit down.
But have you seen Fred Flintstone ride by the Norristown Mall on a motorcycle?
Not recently.
Well, until you get as high as I was that day, you'll know. Jordan says he finally sent it, Herm. LOL. So it's there.
Okay, I'll believe you. I don't know because I was yelled at about my phone making noise.
You know why? Because it made noise every 3 fucking seconds.
No, I know. I'm usually really good about that shit. But yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for something. That's all.
Yeah, you are. I'm gonna give you a pass.
He's waiting for it
All
to
right.
go.
Did you answer? Listen to me. What's the weather like in Babylon, Chris?
Yo, you do answer your question?
Yeah, I'm sounding like if an Italian met a Chinese guy, it's like, did you answer?
Did I answer? No. Did everybody else did? Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I would because I don't know. I'm going to ask my future self, how are my kids? Because I know that my future self would tell me exactly what the fuck's up and straight to it and give me the straight lowdown with no bullshit and let me know what's up.
All right. I like
That's
it.
where I thought you would have gone, Chris.
How am I?
You know-
I got 3 of them. Like, how are my boys? oh man, everybody's doing good. Somebody fucked up a little, but he's all right. He gotta go. That's
You know,
that's how I deliver it to myself. So
one of the
how are my
beautiful
kids?
one of the beautiful things about having a daughter is that everything changes on a dime in minutes. 1 minute she's the softest, kindest, gentlest kid ever, and the next minute
Not.
she's a shithead. And I don't say that in a bad way. She's just a shithead. So I wouldn't ask about Emma because I think between Stephanie and myself, we've done the right thing with Emma that I wouldn't have to worry about her or ask about her. I think I would know, but yeah, that's a good question. That fantastic point on that one.
Yeah, and I think that question comes not from a point of like, what did I do, but knowing that sometimes what life can throw is, how are my kids at this point? Are they even still alive? Did anything bad happen? What's
well,
going
it's
on?
It's like that song. And
What do I
love-
what am I looking out for?
Right. It's like, and I love the song. If I could have a beer with Jesus, and the guy's asking him all these questions: Are mom and dad all right? Is this going on? How's this? What am I going to turn out like? Give me an hour and a 6-pack with Jesus, and I love the song. And no, I see where both of you are going. That's great. I got to read this comment. John Taylor says, "I was so high once, I saw an Indian rowing down a river. I was in the woods with no water. Gotta love shrooms." I just
We're talking about shrooms.
Yeah.
I watched. Oh shit. Let's see. The blue spots in the bedroom that night.
Herm was
Let's see the
there.
other night. Let's see the other night. What was the other one? Let's see. I opened up the fridge because the music was playing, and I opened up the fridge, and everything in the fridge was fucking grooving and dancing like it was a fucking 70s nightclub in there.
Herm was there.
Everything in the fridge. It was great.
Herm was there the night I got loaded on shrooms, and I looked in the mirror, and I came running out, and I said, "Mike, is my face okay?" "Yeah, your face is okay." "Why?" "Because I'm missing half of it." And in the mirror, I saw half me, half Skull, like I was a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt before there was a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, that was not a fun night to be alive. Shrooms inside are not good. No, they're not, because there are mirrors and things in the house that will fuck you up.
Oh, I'm fine with shrooms inside. That
The television, man, that's the worst.
my body is extremely non-reactive to a lot of shit. So like, I can't eat like a stem and a couple of caps and get anything.
Okay.
Like if I don't even start with the whole eighth, I don't even get traces.
Only
I've got to
because-
eat a quarter to get really hallucinogenic.
Only because
Wow.
John's here. Only because John's here, and
It's expensive.
we told this story way back in our infancy, and I'm gonna put this on Herm. It wasn't shrooms, but there were hallucinogens involved. Can you tell John the story about you coming home and I had gotten back about an hour before about the bathrooms in Yankee Stadium?
Oh yeah, so he got completely blown out drunk and came home.
Not only drunk, there were other chemicals involved.
There was other stuff, but he went out. He went out
I
and he
went to
came
Yankee
home.
Stadium that day.
Yeah. He went out and he saw a game and he came back and he crashed. And he crashed on a couch. And somewhere extremely early in the morning, I stumbled out of my room through the living room where he slept on the couch. By choice, not by, swear to God, he loved that fucking thing.
It was comfortable.
I come in, I walk through, I go to the bathroom, in the kitchen, off the kitchen, and I come back out of the bathroom and come through the kitchen and come back through the living room. And as I'm walking back through the living room, I hear, dude, the bathrooms at Yankee Stadium are amazing. Huh? To the bathrooms. Yankee Stadium.
They're so clean.
They're so clean. All right. Okay. That's really, really nice. That's great. I'm glad they upgraded them. That's fabulous.
No, you don't understand.
Yeah, for real, that's what he's like. No, you don't understand. The bathrooms are so clean and so nice. I get it, buddy. you're gonna want to get some sleep because you work in like an hour.
Give or take, yeah. All right, Herm, get to your question. Let's go.
All right, my question. You remember the band The Monkees?
I do.
Who was your favorite monkey?
Oh, that's tough. Ooh.
Mike Nesmith.
Lynch.
Mike Nesmith.
I want to take Mike, but when I think of the Monkees, I think of Davy Jones.
Yeah, yeah. I can picture that. What about you, Mike?
Mickey Dolenz.
Wow, nobody picked Peter.
Fuck that bastard. Fuck Peter.
Peter
Wow.
Tork. is
Mike
Peter Tork.
Nesmith is pretty fucking cool. He had the fucking the cap. I liked it. He was all right.
The beanie cap.
Yeah, with the pom pom.
Yes.
Mickey was a little crazy. Davey was a little self centered, and Peter was just.
Marsha Brady loved Davy Jones, so that was it for me.
Oh, is that what it is?
If Marsha Brady digs Davy Jones, I dig Davy Jones. And when you're 7 years old and you are in love with Marsha Brady, that's your shit right there. It's Davy fucking Jones.
All right.
I like
He may-
Nesmith. I like
Alright,
Nesmith
please.
because he reminded me of my dad.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right.
Reminded me a lot of my dad.
That
All
may or
right.
may not be the birth of the Jones back in the 70s.
Absolutely. So we're on to question 2.
Yep, I'm digging in. Get my 4 questions here. Let me pick one. Here we go. What one body part of yours, external, do you dislike and why?
My feet.
Really? Tell me why.
All right, so I have a thing about feet just in general. I think they are disgusting. They
Here we
are.
go. Fetish.com.
I was just going to say, he's all into the asshole, but the feet are off limits, bro.
Continue, please, sir. After Herm dies, please continue.
I'm not going to die.
Please
Your
don't
feet-
die.
Your feet are made for walking. Okay,
And that's just what they will do.
and that's what I'm gonna. And they will walk all over you.
I got to go.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to tie into a joke.
Jesus.
This is going to tie into a joke I heard this weekend.
Okay.
Feet are disgusting. They're in your shoes. They sweat all day long. They smell. And when you're barefoot, you're collecting whatever shit you're walking through in your house. If I could go barefoot all the time, I would. I hate shoes. They're very restrictive.
We had that conversation, yeah.
I was a barefoot kid when I was a kid.
That was the first question from the hat you're bringing up now.
I think it
That was
was.
the first one. That was the first one.
And they're just dirty. And I don't find one part about it sexy. I mean, it'd be like, oh, she has such an. I'm so into feet. She has such nice feet. Or when a woman would say,
Shut the fuck up, because Americans will lick another person's asshole and then ask for a new fork when it falls on the floor at a fucking restaurant.
That's exactly the joke. I saw Nick Offerman this Saturday night, and he said he had a joke about eating ass. And he said,
Please put Derek's comment up.
by a round of applause.
This
Raise
I
your
gotta
hand
go.
if you were guilty
Fuck
of
you.
that.
I got.
Life.
I
Lynch was guilty of wearing
about two
shoes to
different.
work.
Yo, and not just like two of the exact same style shoe. One shoe had laces, and one shoe was fucking old man Velcro enclosure, and he still didn't realize that he had two different shits going on.
Excuse me.
This motherfucker might as well put on a fucking fuck me pump and a work boot, and he wouldn't have fucking known.
Excuse me. There's no Velcro involved. It's a slip-on.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Jesus
on.
Christ. It's not even a fuck. Wait, Your Honor, I can't do this. The fucking defendant is fucking making himself guilty.
Did you wear those two different shoes to knock us off the trail, sir?
It was just,
To make you feel like you had an accomplice?
I wore one shoe and hopped there, and then hopped on the other shoe on the way out.
See? Bundy could have got away with
No.
it. if he
You got it
wore
all
two
wrong.
different shoes.
You got it all wrong. There were two people. Both people had one
both
leg.
there was two people, and both of them were missing a leg.
Wow.
It was a woman and a man.
Can we go back to him talking about how he hates feet and that's his body part to dislike? Please.
Well, then you got excuse me. Then you got the feet fungus and all that shit. And when a woman asks you to kiss their feet or lick their feet, and while you're making out and shit, I'm like, no, because I'll write an exception for the ass because that's really close to a playground.
Yes, so is Harlem, but it doesn't mean I'm fucking dropping the kids off in the middle of 14th Street.
Time out. You'll go kiss the playground, which is 3 inches from the sewage factory, but you won't kiss the feet. Someone explain to me the logic in this bullshit real quick.
He's gonna need a liberal to make this come together.
You know what? In the mail right now are the flags that I bought, and I'm gonna bring one here because I will throw a flag. I'll be like offsides, clipping, whatever the fuck.
There needs to be no logic.
You're right.
Oh, that's blatant. That is blatant. There's no question about that.
All right, feet.
killing me.
I'll leave it at feet. Fuck you. I'll leave it at feet.
See, I went a different direction. I said the beer gut, and it wasn't until I turned 40, and I drink less now than I did when I was 40. And this thing has just decided to show up in the last 3 years and permeate my existence.
You know what doesn't help, Chris?
What?
Your full-on fucking soda is full of sugar.
You know what doesn't help, Lynch?
This is gonna be bad.
When you talk about my full-on fucking sodas. I'm kidding. I know you mean.
Yo, you want to know what's bad for your fucking health? Fucking talking to me like that, you motherfucker!
This is why this is my favorite episode. Once every couple months is Questions from the Hat. This is why.
I love
You
it.
ever fucking talk to me like that again, I'll fucking kill you!
I'll
Fuck
stab
you!
your
Don't talk
fucking
about
eye
my
out.
soda!
I'll stab your fucking eye out with a soldering iron. Continue, please.
It's one of my least favorite. One of my least favorite things is unsolicited fucking medical advice.
Don't you ever fucking attack me like that!
Wait a minute. Did you just say out loud in front of people unsolicited medical advice?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Lynch. I appreciate it.
Jesus Christ.
No, but you know what? I also understand. Thankfully, I have a friend who's a doctor, and I reach out to her quite often. I'm like, here's something that's bothering me. Oh, you're a hypochondriac. Here's something that's bothering me. Oh, you're a hypochondriac. Here's something that's bothering me. Well, Chris, if you cut down on the drinking, which I have, and you cut down on the soda, thank you, Lynch, even though you're not the doctor I was talking about. And if you cut
Dr.
down
Oz.
if you cut down on the fatty foods, you'll notice that your beer gut will recess back into the slim, trim, beautiful dude you were before.
Yeah, but then I'm fucking angry all the time.
That's a great point. If I don't have my Diet Dr. Pepper or my big-ass bullet bottle of...
Then I'm angry.
I'm angry as shit. I don't eat donuts. I don't eat candy. I don't eat a lot of sugary shit. So I guess you would say that my vices are processed meats like bologna, pepperoni, stuff like that, and soda.
Yeah.
I don't drink, and Lynch will tell you this, straight up out the door. 3 years ago, I was drinking like a fish. It was like an 18-rack a night. I was drinking to numb pain, and I was just trying to escape the bullshit that was my world. Now I am like so level and so calm and not drinking as much as I used to, that this fat fuck should go away. But again, like, it's the processed food, it's the soda. I took 2 weeks off and I drank nothing but green tea, which there are still some bottles here, and I could feel myself feeling better. So yeah, my beer gut.
I feel like that when I drink vodka.
Well, vodka is the devil's elixir, so
It's the fountain of youth.
no,
that
it's also.
that was my liquor of choice.
I'm sorry for both of you. That's why God invented Canada, for 2 reasons. Three reasons. Brian Adams, hockey, and Crown fucking Royal, baby.
Ugh,
It's a little sweet.
I don't like Crown Royal.
So am I. Don't tell your wife. All right, Herm, what's the body part on you that you dislike and why?
Since I lost weight, it's this little thing underneath my sleeve that I'm not going to show you. But yeah, it's this little flappy thing
The
that
bingo
isn't
wing.
full. Yeah, it's like
Bingo wings.
no, yeah,
I
yeah,
got it
and
too.
nope.
I
Yep,
lost weight
it-
and I got it too.
For me, that's what it is, and yeah,
I got a
that's
bingo.
it. Yep,
I got
yep,
bingo.
yep. I'm not putting it. I'm not throwing it out there. There
I'll
it
tell you
is.
guys a true story. When Herm left Connecticut to go to Colorado, he waved goodbye, and when he put his arm down, his arm was still waving at me, and
It's yeah.
I
It's,
laughed for a half mile. It was great.
I don't like it. It bothers me. I don't like it. It's the only thing that I don't like. That I'm.
All right, Dr. Lichtenstein, it is your question.
Number two. Where's my number 2? Oh, there you go. If you could learn one thing instantly, what would it be?
Repeat that question again.
If you could learn one thing, one skill, anything, instantly, what would you want to learn?
That's a good question. If I could learn one skill instantly, you know what it would be? I'm not going to lie to you. Golf. I would learn how to play golf, like master golf, and then go out and beat all those idiots wearing the bright colored bullshit. I'd wear all black and I'd win every tournament. And because I'm
Don't
going,
leave John Daly alone though.
oh no, I wasn't talking about John Daly. John Daly
That-
can dress in whatever he
That
wants.
motherfucker drinking bourbon and coke and smoking cigarettes on a course and still banging that shit out.
Yeah,
God
dude's
bless
a-
John Daly.
John Daly is off limits. I'm talking about like Justin Spieth and all these other bullshit cocksuckers. You ever look up what was his name? The guy that died in a plane crash. He was a great golfer.
Richie Valens.
The golfer, asshole.
Big Bopper?
Oh, okay. I was yeah.
Payne Stewart
Yeah.
dressed like
Randy
like
Rhodes.
Spanky. The golfer, asshole.
Oh.
And Randy Rhodes' anniversary just went by, so fuck you, Herm.
It did. It did. That's why it was fresh.
Yeah. Well, 30 years fresh. 40
That's me
years,
being-
almost
that's-
40 years fresh.
That's me being topical.
You're right on top of it. Payne Stewart dressed like Spanky from the Little Rascals with the puffy hat with the pom-pom on top and the
Ooh.
knickers with the colored socks. And I'm
My
like,
nigga
dude,
said knickers.
yeah, well, that's what they were. For the love of Pete. But yeah, I want to, because when I went to Florida this past year, my brother and his boss played golf and I got to watch and carry clubs and, drink and whatever. And we had a great time. And I said, I'm going to take this next year to learn golf. I realized quite quickly, it's not something you learn in a year. I will look like a monkey fucking a football when I go out there again. So yeah, if I could just snap my fingers and I'm good at golf. That's it. Lynch.
That's a good one.
Oh wait, no, it's Lynch's question. Herm's got to answer.
Um,
I'm gonna unplug this so I can hear because I have to go to office bathroom.
word.
Oh look, I can hear you. It's so great.
Yeah, we can hear you too, which means which means we've got a second mic on your. It means the mic on the laptop is on somehow too. We can figure that out.
I took the headphones out. I'll turn this down so we don't get echo.
Well, something because I'm still getting you speaking clearly.
That's
So it
because
must-
there's a microphone on my camera, but I use these. You know what? I'm just gonna go piss. Fuck yourself. Love you. Always have.
Oh, see, my system don't do that. If I unplug the microphone, nobody hears shit because, well,
That's
It's
how
a
I
bit-
have mine done. Mine
it's a
set up
better-
now.
it's a better system. I don't know what the fuck I'd learn. I have no clue. I don't know anything. There's not anything that I really want to know how to do, or I don't know.
It's a tough question because you kind of take for granted what you already know.
Yeah,
and then-
like I'm pretty comfortable with what I know. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything that's.
See, mine is not something new. I would want to become a master at it, and that's woodworking. I'm already okay at it. I want to learn how to build anything.
Yeah, see, the thing I always wanted to know how to do was cook.
And you did it.
Yeah, so like everything else, there's really nothing I want to do. I haven't mastered cooking. There's no such thing as it. You just get really good at handling the mistakes.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, I kind of already did it. So I don't know.
I spent all this time and money collecting up, secondhand tools, a table saw, a drill press. The only thing I lack right now is a planer and a joiner, which I really, really need because I want to make nice stuff. But I can get by. I do okay.
Right,
but I want to be the best.
Right, that I understand. I get it.
Don't want to have to think about it. I just want to wake up in the morning and go, I'm making a canoe today, and I already know how to do it.
Yeah, I get that. I can understand that.
Yeah, because I love work. I love woodworking. I hate construction carpentry. I hate it. I hate roughing. I mean, it's just, and that roofing is doing the roof rafters is the worst. Figuring out angles and shit like that. Fuck that.
All right.
But anyway, back onto our regular scheduled programming.
Already in progress. So if we've all answered that question, Herm, you have a question for the gallery? And guys out there, if you want to answer some of these questions, please throw them in the comments.
Yep,
I love reading the comments. There will be an MVP at the end of the show, as always. So don't screw around.
Yeah, my question is dream car when you were 10.
Oh, I already got the answer on that one.
Hit it.
Lamborghini Countach. Bright red.
My dream car is owned by Jerry the King Lawler right now. It is the 1966 Batmobile from the television show. Fully restored, can get up to 140 miles an hour after he restored it, of course. But the original, if you remember, didn't go past 35 miles an hour.
Yep.
So, God bless the king. He took it and went, you know what? I'm making this some good shit. And he did. So that was always my dream car as a kid. I wanted the Batmobile with the dome windows, open top, the siren on top, the phone that I could pick up and call Commissioner Gordon, all that bullshit. Of course, it evolved in Michael Town. After that, it was the number 27 Kodiak Pontiac of Rusty Wallace. That car was a tank.
I wanted Magnum PI's car, too.
Nice.
The Ferrari.
What about Hardcastle and McCormick? That was a fat ride.
There was the Cody Coyote, and there was actually two of them for the show.
No
there was
shit.
two different cars in the show. The car changed one year, and they didn't make a big deal about it. There was something else. It was a new car or something, but yeah, there was actually two of those. The Cody Coyote, yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, I never watched Hardcastle and McCormick. Just like
my mother loved it.
My parents didn't watch Dukes of Hazzard, so I didn't watch it. I didn't know about the General Lee until I was like 13,
my parents didn't watch that, but I did, and that was all right.
Yeah.
Friday nights were the kids in our house. We took over the TV, so it was the Incredible Hulk. It was the Dukes of Hazzard. It was whatever the fuck. And then
Little House.
No, that was my mom's gimmick, and God love
That
her.
was Sundays at 7.
I love my mom, but if I never saw Little House again, how many times is that little bitch gonna fall down the hill before she learns how to walk? Seriously,
Every time.
every fucking week that little bitch fell down the hill.
She was not the most coordinated skater
Obviously
on the pond.
not. Obviously
sir.
not.
Nope.
But
He had a walking
Hardcastle and
problem.
McCormick was like our high school years, and my dad liked it because Dad liked all the cop shows. No offense to Dad. I mean, let's be clear. He was a cop, so he loved those shows.
Your dad was a big Hill Street Blues fan, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. And you know what? It came on at 10 o'clock at night, so I knew if I heard the piano, it was about time for me to stop.
Yes, that was me. I always heard at that time. I always heard that show from bed.
Oh no!
Yeah, me too.
If I heard it, I knew it was time to da 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 da. Was that Mike Post that wrote that song?
All of those. Mike posted that. Mike posted all of that shit. But yeah, at that time, I was going to bed probably, like right. I was going to bed somewhere between just as that show started. But yeah, I remember, yes, hearing that and be safe out there, and then yes,
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that was one thing that my dad always said. Even later on, when it would come on reruns on all of those stations, like it was the realest cop show there was.
At the
You know,
time, absolutely.
Even now, he's like that show. And I'm going back to when we were
there wasn't a lot of gunplay just for gunplay. It was
right. You can look at an SVU or all of that stuff, and it's kind of enhanced for enhancement purposes. But even in the 2009, 2008, 2009, 2010, when he and I were still pretty okay with each other, and I'm like, you're watching Hill Street Blues on reruns? It's the realest cop show they ever made. And in the second one, he said, mostly for how they interacted with each other, was Barney Miller.
Yeah.
How cops interacted with each other.
My dad loved Barney Miller. So did my grandfather.
my mom and dad did too.
Fish was my favorite. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Abe Vigoda. He's the king.
Damn right.
I liked Wojo.
Wojciechowicz,
is-
that's right. Max Gale.
Wojo-
I just followed him on Facebook. He's still alive.
I thought he died.
Nope, not yet.
Herm, you got your marching orders. I want Max Gale on this show doing an interview. We'll talk about Barney Miller and, of course, DC Cab.
DC
Yes.
Cab.
Yes.
DC. Oh.
my
Oh.
God.
All right, all right. So we've got everybody's car, right? My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
All right. 1977 Pontiac Trans Am Anniversary Edition.
Nice. Nice. That is a nice car.
Sweet. That's sexy as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right. So we're on to question 4.
Three.
We are.
We just did, oh yeah, 3. Whatever.
Picking this one. Here we go.
3, 4. 3, 3, 4.
Let's open it up. If your most recent ex were on fire, what would you use to put them out?
Gasoline.
I don't want to know who came before Megan, but I gotta know.
Followed by
Why?
acetone.
Ooh,
Followed by crude oil.
ooh. Show the judge
Several
on the
reasons.
dolly where this girl hurt you.
For real, don't just
I
tell me you were hurt extremely badly without actually saying you were hurt extremely badly.
well, see, this is a get real moment.
Okay.
Every woman I had been with up until Megan had cheated on me. I've written off.
I know the feeling, except for
you know,
one.
Yeah.
That and a restraining order. Yes.
Same one. Go ahead, Lynch, please.
So I was pretty Pollyanna pissy pants about any type of relationship, and then the one before Megan was a doozy. I mean, she was fucking crazy. When I say don't put your dick in crazy, that's the kind of crazy you don't put your dick in. She was nuts, and
Wow.
she did. I won't say it on air because it's. I could do it. It's just an entire episode on it. But
Today we're going to say a letter in her name.
well, her new name is Cunt, but that's a different
I know.
story.
Never mind.
But she did.
I know her. Oh,
She did such horrible, nasty, mean shit to me during the relationship that I didn't even know about until after the fact, and lied consistently.
It's usually how it
And
goes.
there's a big one that really drove me to that conclusion. And I wouldn't piss on her if she was 2 feet in front of me. I'd let her burn because she doesn't deserve to breathe the same oxygen as me. And
Agreed.
the sad fact is she's married and reproduced a couple times.
Oh.
Everybody before that, maybe a hatchet.
See, I wasn't gonna go gasoline, and I'll go before Herm on this one. And I want to credit my friend Ginny for coining this term about my most recent ex, Hypocristian. I would put her out with thoughts and prayers. See how far that gets her.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts
So-
and prayers are with you.
Yeah, sucks that you're burning, thoughts or prayers. Kind of, I feel like Kuklinski. I'll give you a half hour. If God shows up, you're off the hook.
Yeah.
But knowing that the Hypocristian is a Hypocristian, thank you again, Jenny Potter, for that. Yeah,
That is
that's
a,
what I
that is
would
a
put
great
her-
term.
That's what I would put her out with, thoughts and prayers. The Hypocristian can burn. Fuck her.
All right. All right.
Although many of you know that I'm still friends with her father, and he was on the show a year ago. So thank you.
Yeah, there you go. That narrows it down a little bit.
Just a little bit. The other one, I don't know. The one that Herm was talking about, I don't know that. You know, I might use water to put her out. That one, but I'd wipe her down with the papers that she had me served on your porch, Lynch.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she kind of made a turnaround in her life and her outlook. So I
don't think so.
agree. No, it's better than it was.
Sure.
But I don't know if I'd go the water route. I'd give her some leaves to pat down. Make her think about it for a little while.
Bleach.
There you go.
All right. Herm, your most recent ex. Well, if they were on fire, what would you use to put them out?
Water.
Okay, fair enough. You have a good relationship?
Yeah.
Good. That's what I like to hear. See, at least somebody has a somewhat of a success story out of failure. The light from
Yeah,
the
I mean,
dark.
she's been an adult and through the whole process.
That's a plus.
We shared the job of raising kids, and neither one of us talked shit on the other around the kids. So yeah, there was respect. So yeah.
Yeah, if it were my ex-wife, I'd use water. That's about as far as I'm going with this.
All right. So what do we got? We're question 4.
No, we have Lynch's question 3.
Oh, whatever. Let's go. What does this
there-
asshole want to know?
Oh, remember? Hang on. I got. All right.
I woke up
All
for
right.
this.
Be nice.
Right? I shaved my
right.
balls for this.
What song takes you back immediately to a particular time in your life?
Herm, you take this one. I got to think about this.
Um,
There's so many for me, but I want to pick one.
there are so many.
It could be a first, it could be a last, it could be just something trivial, but anytime you hear that, it brings you back to that time.
All right, I got it. Go ahead.
Co-
Herm, go ahead, please.
Come and Talk to Me by Jodeci actually, when I hear it, reminds me of when I was first dating my oldest son's mother.
Very nice. I'm going to go a little bit further back. I was in Florida visiting my grandparents. My brother came down with me. We were there for race weekend for Daytona 500. And right down the road from them was this really cool record store. And you go down, you got your money, and you're going to spend it at the race. No, Chris spent it at the music store. And I walked in, and I can tell you what I bought that day. I bought Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, and I bought King Diamond Them. But the song I heard every time I walked through that door, as if they waited for me to play it, was Straight Up by Paula Abdul. And every time I hear that song, it takes me back to that little bohemian record store on Oleander Avenue, right off of A1A in Daytona, Florida.
That's awesome.
I can smell the flowers. The air is crisp. You walk a little bit further, there's the beach. But that song brings me right there to A1A, Daytona Beach, Florida, every time I hear it.
Very cool. Very cool. Mine is Hard Habit to Break by Chicago. And it was at a dance in junior high.
And he got his first titty.
No, it was the first kind of like real adult kiss.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so the librarian liked you.
Ooh.
The lunch lady.
She wore her good hairnet.
Ooh.
She's got 4 teeth in the back.
Wow. They can get past the mole,
Yeah.
Wow.
Whew.
Unbelievable.
But no, that
No.
that brings me back to my first real kiss.
Oh, okay. I got one just like that, and I'm not trying to step on you, but "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins.
That's another song.
Junior
That's a
high
diff-
school dance. Kim Daigle, beautiful girl. She's still beautiful to this day.
That name sounds very familiar.
okay. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask why. But
No, it's just one of those. It's a name that sticks out.
yeah, that was I think
Like your gut.
my first real kiss. It was just like wow, to that song. And then in the middle of the song where the big Mike Tyson drums, wait, this is my favorite part of the song.
my favorite part.
She breaks off of the dance and does this goofy thing, comes right back to the dance, all slow and low and in the tempo, and we were kissing again. So yeah, wow, okay, wow.
You were about
And
a
of
half.
course-
You were about a half a foot further away from the boner raging inside your fucking Z Cavaricci pants.
There was no Z Cavaricci back then. Although I will say, and I know she doesn't watch very often. My high school girlfriend Herm knows her. You might know her too, Lynch. And I'm not going to say her name out loud, but we had many a steamy night listening to King Diamond's Conspiracy album.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't tell you the first song I heard when I got my dick sucked because I was told all in on getting my dick sucked.
It was probably Pink last week.
Yeah, he was great.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Fire!
all right, Herm, your question.
Question 3.
Question 3.
Favorite style of women's underwear. Not for you to wear, for them. On them.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
I know it's fucked up that I have to specify that nowadays, just because you could have a completely different style that you prefer to wear, and that's okay, apparently. That's okay.
I'm going to the comment section.
I like, since nobody else is talking, I like boy shorts.
Okay.
All right.
Thongs or G-strings don't leave much to the imagination because you're right there up the crack.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't want imagination. Sometimes I just want to see your asshole.
Then go to the banana.
No, that's what I have a wife for. I got to agree. It's boy shorts because they show a little the ass cheeks. I'm gonna give her a banana later, and then
Get somebody else to do it.
I do like a thong. I'm not gonna lie. I like seeing a whole ass walking around naked in my house. I'm not gonna lie. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with you guys on this one because that is pretty freaking sexy.
I like them granny panties because afterward we can use them as a tent out in the backyard.
For real.
Ain't nothing sexier than some high-waisted granny panties
For
to make
real.
me feel like a man. Woo!
For real. Wait a minute. Y'all grandkids want to jump off the roof? Hold on. Go inside. Get a pair of your granny's panties. All right. Go get 2. How many kids is there? 1, 2, 3. Go get 3 pair. And then get back here meet me on the top of the roof on the high point, and we're gonna show you what it was like jumping in Normandy, paratrooping.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, not you guys, but you watching. You're not in the comment section. I don't see your comments. I don't see them on the screen. I don't see them on my phone. Y'all better get to answering some of these questions, or I'm gonna get pissed off.
Yeah, what he said.
Right. All right. Question number 4. Here we go. What is your favorite made-up word or phrase, whether or not you invented it? Everybody's got a
Tomfuckery.
favorite made-up word or phrase. Come on.
Tomfuckery.
Tomfuckery. I like that one. All right.
Yep.
We're going to give Herm a second because he's thinking hard.
Nipplehead.
Nipple
That's a
head.
good one. That's a good
Where
one
the
too.
fuck did that come from?
I don't know, but I use it a lot. Like, yo, nipplehead. Are you fucking listening or what?
Wow.
I
Just
like Plot waffle's good too.
I didn't invent it, but I love Schneebitzfernum when you don't know what you're trying to say, but you're getting to the end of it and you're like, this and that and the Schneebitzfernum. I don't know where I heard it, and I couldn't tell you anything more.
I think you made it up.
Somewhere.
It sounds. I gotta be honest. I know people. It sounds like something Mort would say.
No, that wasn't a Mort thing.
No, I know that, but doesn't it sound like something Mort would fucking throw in? He'd throw in a little bit of a little Jewish schnubitz, flibitz, sternumits. You know what I mean? Mr. Hermankowitz, that he'd do it. That was Mort.
I had a friend, to go riff off the Mort thing. I had a friend in school, Gary Korenkowitz, and he would call him Mr. Korenkevich. And I'm like, that don't sound like Korenkowitz.
I loved his wife. I loved Mort's wife. I remember standing in fucking Roz's kitchen and they just had all the work done and they'd made the little room for the washer and dryer. And I remember her sitting there and at the table and going, "Do you see that thing? See that thing? Isn't that in the most Jewish sounding voice on the planet? Isn't that the most horrible, the most ugliest fucking thing you've ever seen?"
And then proceeded to shit on Kitchen Beautiful.
Proceeded to shit on the fucking workers for the next half hour in the heaviest Jewish accent I've ever fucking heard. She said shit about their mothers. May God rest her soul. But Jesus, look at that. See that? I told him I wanted this, and I wanted this, and a this, and a this, and that's what they built me. Is that not the ugliest fucking thing you've ever seen?
Wow. I remember
Crazy.
that. For thinking that Kitchen Beautiful could do a good job. Hello, this is Nader Salahi. You come to Kitchen Beautiful, make your dream come true.
Make your dream come true.
The fuck you will. Wow. What other made-up word do I like? Fuck. I can't even think of it right now.
Dick lips is good.
Dick lips. Ass hat. I don't know if I invented that, but I love it. Pecker wrecker. That's another good one.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I think for me, Schneebitzfernum, and I want to see if the what do you call it? The closed captions on. Oh, they do. They write Schneebitzfernum, and it looks good right on the closed captioning.
Nice.
Very nice.
It says Schneebitzfernum. I don't know if it's spelt right, but I'm gonna go with their thing of it. So Lynch, question for more.
What would you do if your pet could suddenly talk to you?
Go on the road, sell tickets, easily. I'm
Right
not
answer.
gonna fuck around. I would take that pet all the way around. I did have a dog that could talk when I was little. I want to tell you this story. I had a dog that could talk, and I was like, "What's on the top of a house?" And the dog would go, "Roof." And I would say, "Who's the greatest baseball player of all time?" "Roof." I'm like, "What's at the top of your mouth?" And the dog would stop, and I would look at the dog and he'd say, "What? Did you expect me to say palate?" What's my name? Ralph.
Dad joke.
Thank you.
And take it one step further, just start asking random questions.
Oh yeah. How cool would it be to get into their brain?
It would be fucking amazing because I can read my dogs pretty well, and I can tell by the look on their face and how they're acting with each other, what kind of mood they're in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't need the dogs to talk. The only pet that would be fucking cool is if Pendejo could talk. If the snake could fucking talk, that'd be fucking slick.
That's why
But I can read the dogs basically on body language. I can read the dogs with it's like kids, man.
Yeah,
I can read the dogs like kids. I know they're in a bad fucking mood before they've growled at anybody. When they fucking walk out of the bedroom in the morning, I know that somebody's not happy. That's just the way they are. I pay attention to my dogs.
That's half the reason I asked that question, because I think that would be fucking amazed to hear what a snake would have to say.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, just think of what other animal would you want to like? A whale. A whale's another one I'd want.
He
to
literally, I can
they
tell
do
you what he
feeding.
does. He was like, "Yo, my man, I see you outside, and you got one of them cheese boys out there, you know? Because I would love a cheese boy right now. They're so delicious. If you could just fucking warm one up and slide it out up in here, I would. A cheese boy would be so delicious.
What is a
It'd be.
cheese boy?
It is the in a snake. I'm in a bunch of herpetology groups, and we just cheese boy is what we refer to the snakes referring to as a mouse. My man, you got one of the cheese boys out there. You know.
Hey man,
You got D boys, you got G boys. Snakes want to know if you got a cheese boy, because them niggas like cheese, and I like them niggas, and we're gonna eat them.
what do you call that big fluffy? What do you call that big fluffy
real.
thing?
Yo, my snake don't give a shit. It don't care what color it is. Don't care what size it is. That motherfucker will eat it.
Yo, while
Every
you're outside, brother, you see that big thing with a fluffy tail? What do you call it? Squirrel? I want that.
Yep, that's what my snake would
I
want to know.
want
He
that
want to
right
know
now.
when can he expect the next cheese boy?
Cheese boy. Okay. I might start calling people cheese boy just because of that. That might be my new made up term right there. Like, yo, what up, cheese boy?
Yeah, that's the made up term in the herpetology groups for referring to a mouse. Yo, so I dropped a cheese boy in the tank, and he's just not wanting nothing to do with it. Anybody know what's up? And they'll want to know more questions. But yeah, there it is. Cheese boy is a dead mouse you drop in to feed a snake. What up, cheese boy?
That's a good one.
Cheese boy. All right.
Yo, man,
Cheese.
give me on some of that.
Listen, cheese boy, I don't need none of your bullshit right now. See, it works.
I'm all up it. I am full cheese boy Jones as of right now.
There it is. We're gonna start something.
That's a T-shirt right there. Cheese
That is.
Boy,
We're
cheese
starting
boy
something already.
Jones.
What up, cheese boy?
Wow.
Cheese boys untie.
We have,
I
we
mean,
have
unite.
just crossed the line.
All right. So,
love it.
what else we got? We're on question 4. Who's asked questions?
Me,
All right. Who else?
you're up. You.
Me?
Yeah.
All
we
right.
got one more question after you finish this cycle.
Pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Ooh, depends on who makes them.
I'll be right back in a second. Well, expunge on that. Expound.
All right.
Elaborate while I go
plan-
pee-pee.
Plan on it. I know some folks that make some knockout pancakes. I know some folks that make some absolutely delicious waffles. And I know some folks that make just to die for French toast. I got to pick one. Fuck it. Nothing beats a good stack of pancakes, in my opinion.
I like waffles. I'll do them in order: waffles, French toast, pancake. That's my order. That's my go-to order. If I want something flat on a plate, that's a breakfast type thing. I'll take a waffle because you can do a lot with it. You can make them savory. You can make them sweet. You can mix it up. It doesn't really There's so many different toppings you can put on a waffle and make it better, especially a good Belgian waffle, because the taste of the waffle starts with the waffle itself. There's the right way to make it, and mix it up with that sweet and savory. I'm telling you what, man, one of the best waffles I ever had was a Belgian waffle, a sweet Belgian waffle with a light balsamic and balsamic glaze on it with a tomato. It sounds disgusting, but it was fucking amazing.
Okay. Cool.
Herm, what's your answer?
Pancakes.
Okay. So
That
we got
is,
two
it is nature's maple syrup sponge.
yeah. Well, I said waffles
agree.
because you can do. I said waffles because you could do so much with it. Like I was saying, you could do sweet.
Yeah, I mean, you can take them savory. You can do the same with pancakes. I mean, sweet potato, mushu pancake, the pancakes that go with mushu. You know what I mean? You can do the same with pancakes. It's just my favorite edible sponge,
Yeah.
I guess is what it comes down to.
Pretty much what it is.
I like waffles with syrup and chicken. I'm not going to fucking lie. They got to be crunchy and crispy as fuck. But pancakes are just an amazing sponge. And, they're great when you wrap a sausage in them, like a breakfast pig in a blanket. That just it's all the loveliness of a sponge that sucks up butter and syrup. You know,
I got you.
it's the loveliness.
All right. Good question. And now for the last one before we get into heavy duty stuff.
All right.
I'm glad this one came last. What would you prefer and why? 1 round with Mike Tyson in his prime or 1 round with Conor McGregor present day?
Conor McGregor.
Why?
I'll
stand
take
less of a
no.
chance of
I'll
getting
let him
killed.
go.
I stand less of a chance of getting killed.
Okay.
Honestly, Mike Tyson in his prime, if he was allowed, would kill you in one punch.
Yeah. All right.
Connor, you got to kind of work for it. You'd have to work a little bit harder for it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
both 3-minute rounds. I
Yeah.
mean, wow. Listen, Herm, come on.
But a lot more happens in that 3 minutes
I'm
in
taking-
boxing, I think.
I'm taking Mike Tyson in his prime.
Yeah.
You want your head knocked into the 18th round.
I'm taking Mike Tyson in his prime.
Why?
Right now at 50, I'm taking Mike Tyson in his prime.
Ooh.
Bring that shit to me, man.
Why?
Just because I want Mike Tyson in his prime.
Jen scooping the apple
This bitch has look. I've set this bitch up. She's got so much fucking life insurance. It doesn't even fucking. It's not. It's stupid. On top of the fucking estate that I just inherited. Nope. I'm taking Mike Tyson in his prime. Nope. I'm doing it. Nope. I'm doing it.
I'm going with McGregor because you have all that open space where you can move and shuck and jive.
Nah, fuck that. I bet I want to be right fucking here. I want to be right fucking here.
You want to be
Here. I want to fight for my life. Yes.
Lynch. This
Absolutely.
Is why Lynch. This is why we can't have nice things. Right there. This guy.
I want to fight. Yes. Come on, fucker. Let's go.
I
Yeah.
have never heard someone explain a Conor McGregor punch as an explosion. I've heard fighters say that when Mike Tyson hit you with that right hook and then that left, that combo, like their brain fell out of their ass.
Come on. Yes, come on. Come on. Come on. Fucker,
You'll be
let's
eating.
go.
You'll be eating menudo through a straw for the rest of your natural.
I'm all right.
life.
That's all right. I just bought a brand new $2,000 food processor, so
Which
I
you
can.
won't be able to use because you'll be an invalid. You
No, but
dork.
Jen can use it to make my puree every night.
Lynch, talk to me. You chose McGregor. Why?
But seriously, I want to fight Mike Tyson in his
again,
prime.
just for the just the reasons you state. I mean, I think I would last longer with Conor McGregor than I would with Mike Tyson. Honestly, I mean,
I'd beat Conor
I'm not the
McGregor.
fastest on the planet, but
I'd
I'm
beat
not
Conor
even going
McGregor. That's kind of why I'm going with Mike Tyson.
I go.
I've
I'm not winning either of them. I know I'm gonna. I just think I'm gonna last a little bit with McGregor.
Okay. Till he ties you up and rips your arm off and shoves it up your ass. Which
Yeah, right.
is fine. He has to catch you first. In boxing, you don't have an octagon. You have a 4x4, a four-sided ring, and you have this bulldozer of a man coming at you who can knock the taste out of your mouth and put it into somebody else's mouth in the third row with one punch. No, I'm not. I watched, and the reason I asked that question is because I was watching on YouTube however many knockouts he had before he got beat by Buster Douglas, and the whole video was 31 minutes. Think of that. He had 50-some professional fights. That video of all the knockouts lasted.
and like 80% of them lasted less than 2 minutes.
Right.
At one point, they literally started shrinking. They were like, it was a 7-minute fight. It was a 6-minute fight. It was a 5-minute fight. It was a 1.5-minute fight. Leon Spinks was 92 seconds.
Who was the?
And he was like this.
Who was the white guy that talked all sorts of shit? Was that Peter McNeely?
It could have been.
Less than a round. And when he hit that boy, You watched his legs. He hit him. He hit him in the jaw.
You watched that motherfucker's soul leave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His
Yeah.
entire being ran out of his body and goes, "Nope, I'm leaving. See you later."
That's because none of those guys got in the ring with the thought that they were fighting for their fucking life.
How Buster Douglas beat him, I'll never know.
Mike was sick. He said that. He's admitted Busted beat him, and he's like, I was fucked up. He's like, I was sick. He's like, I did something that I never did. My trainer never, the other thing I've seen in interviews with him, he had somebody come in and give him a massage, a muscle massage prior to that. And his trainer believed that when you do that, the immediate reaction from the body is to tighten everything up. Your body immediately tightens up and then has to loosen itself up. And if you've talked to anybody who does deep tissue massage, that actually happens. You don't actually feel good the day you go home. You feel better the next day.
Yeah.
McGregor's whiskey tastes like gasoline. I endorse Tyson. Well, rock on with you, Zach. That's awesome. I've never tried either gasoline or McGregor's whiskey.
I have tried Mike Bites. That's his brand of marijuana edibles.
Mike Bites.
They're
Don't tell Lynch.
They're good. Yeah, it's called Mike Bites. He's got his own brand of Mr. Heine. He has his own brand of edibles. So they're pretty good.
All right.
They're pretty good. Yeah.
Learn me
I'll
some
have
new
to look
shit
for 'em.
today. Oh my lord.
All right, so what else? We got what do we got left?
Lynch-
We got Lynch's number 5?
No,
Si,
are we
senor.
on number 5 already? Holy shit! Hang on.
Yeah, what's up?
Hang
My
on. I gotta bring
my
my
white
notepad back.
Unabomber looking friend. What's up?
Come on now. I know I look like Kaczynski. No, I'm gonna ask an easy one. What was your last thing you binge watched, and did you expect to invest that much time into it?
Yes, Waco, American Apocalypse. Watch it all in one sitting, and
Me too.
I was-
Same.
I
All right,
was
we have the
just
same answer.
amazed.
Yeah, it's the last doc I watched. There is a Joan Jett documentary. I haven't figured out what it is, where it's on, but
Find
it's
it.
on one of the stations that we all share. So you got it. Did you see the Joan Jett one? There is a Joan Jett.
I
It's
think that's
her
on,
and the
Amazon.
Runaways.
Yeah.
That, or I saw it. It's either Prime or I saw it on like Paramount. I don't remember where the fuck it was, but yeah, there's a Joan Jett one that I really want to check out. Talks about her career.
I want to hear
Yeah,
what
that-
Lynch has to say on this one.
that-
What
it
is your
is-
last binge?
It was the Waco show. I started it at like midnight.
That bitch in the yellow shirt is crazy. She's
still-
fucking nuts.
Still,
Bitch, you're out there. You know I'm talking about you. Don't come to my house. I got new guns coming. Don't fuck with me. But I'm telling you, that bitch is crazy.
Lynch, tell me more.
and the heartbreak I felt for the sniper. He had the shot. He could have ended it right there, but that little
He
voice
did-
in the back,
he-
that little voice in the back of his head said, "Nope, wait it out."
He could have,
And-
and that was the thing when we were talking on the group chat. With one shot, he could have potentially ended it all. And I think the guilt that he carries with him is with that one shot that he didn't take, 90 people died instead of one.
And I would have never had to call the radio station.
Yeah, right. Well, there's also debate on, and there still has been to this day, is who set the fire. And everything I remember, like I told you guys in the chat, that was on 24/7 in my dad's house because we had the big ass satellite dish that caught live feeds from everywhere. The shit that wasn't edited before it went to newscast. I specifically remember the smoke coming out of the window before they approached.
Well, we were, if you remember, we CNN that, and
Yeah, CNN and NBC. Yeah.
and but CNN did not give a fuck
No,
back
they live
then.
streamed everything.
They live
wow,
streamed
wow,
everything, and it didn't matter. You watched people get shot, smoked, fucked up, burned. Yeah, CNN did not care. So yeah, we sat literally. He sat in the door that to the room where I call the bedroom, and I sat at the edge of the bed, and we were like, it's basically how we watched everything. That the OJ trial, the OJ chase.
If I remember it correctly, we're watching, and we had a day off, so we'd both get home like butt ass, like in the dark hours of the morning. And like any update, I got home first, so Mike would get home second. Any updates? Nah.
No, nothing's going on yet. Everybody's still camped out.
Mike goes in to take a shower, and about 15 minutes in, he's done with the shower. He's probably toweling off. He's doing his thing, and it's a bang on the bathroom door. Botch! The place is on fire!
Fucking place is burning to shit.
He's got a towel around him. He is... What is it? He's like Scooby-Dooing through the kitchen. Back on the other side of the door where he could get dressed and watch, and I couldn't see. And we're watching this place burn to the ground. And it was... I think it was Mike that said, "Who's working right now?" I'm like, oh, no. It's probably Lee. Why? Let's give him a call, request a song. And he did. He called the radio station. It's like, "Hi, it's David Koresh from Waco, Texas. I'd like to hear We Didn't Start the Fire." And they played it live.
Yeah, they didn't just play the song. They played the request live on the air, and there it was. Like, as the place is fucking smoking and just on flaming the shit. It was great.
That's one of those moments.
It was a great time to be alive.
That's one of those moments where you're like, God damn it, I wish I recorded that. You know? Yeah, or
enough people heard his voice and know his voice that our phone was ringing. Was that you? Was that you? Yep. Yes, it was. Click. Yep. Yes, it was. Click.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the last thing I can think of that I actually sat through multiple connective episodes. I'm not a big fan of Yellowstone. I've tried it. After about the 5th episode, I find it gets too woke, and I can't.
I haven't watched Yellowstone. I've only watched the prequel stories. I'm watching all of the prequel stories, and then I'll start Yellowstone from the beginning.
Come the end of
and
April,
then stop it when I'm tired of it.
Come the end of April, I'll be right back on the last part of Titans, the second half of season whatever it is. Come September, it'll be Cobra Kai. Come December, it'll be Stranger Things. But yeah, Waco was the last thing that for 4.5 hours, 3 episodes, had my attention to where I'm not getting out of the seat except to pee or to eat. That's it.
Yeah, I started at about 11:30 when we were all just kind of trailing off on the route track. And next thing you know, it's like 4:30. I'm like, ooh, I should get some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I just let that shit roll.
You know who else I had really bad pangs of guilt for was the negotiator, who was operating in real good. He operated in real good faith,
and when they told him to get the fuck out.
Yeah, Koresh is fucking him in every turn, and then they're telling him, "Yeah, you know what? Pack up and go home. We got a new guy." And what happened? Like a week later, compound goes to the ground. Dude was making progress.
Yeah, I can understand the reasons behind it, but I also disagree with that. I mean,
because Janet Reno was a cunt.
Wow, and she was flexing her muscle.
Yeah.
And the way she downplayed it was, well, I would have ddone that anyway, regardless. No, you wouldn't have. You saw an opportunity to flex your muscle as the newly appointed schmuck in charge, and made. I'm sorry. She was the push that got the ball rolling to kill 90 people. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean they didn't exactly do themselves any favors.
Oh hell no.
But,
and they proved what they had suspected all along by once the ATF showed there. They started shooting their fucking machine guns. 50 cals. I mean, that was what they were suspected of: illegal trafficking of unregistered firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that! Something the government investigating turned out to be true.
And you heard the guy after the fire's out, and they're digging through and trying to catch remains. He's stepping on and hearing rounds of ammunition in the flaming embers popping.
Yep.
And it's like they had more than 1 million rounds.
2.5 million.
Are you going to die?
No.
Please don't die.
2.5
Yeah, I mean,
million now.
I'm gonna say it. Everybody's all, a lot of the extreme right wings. It's because it is the anniversary. I have seen it online and whatnot, and I'm like,
yeah.
and I only respond with, they got what they deserved.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. And
They got what they deserved. Don't tell me they weren't planning some fucking crazy ass bullshit. All right, look, you can say whatever you want, defend whatever you want. First Amendment, Second Amendment, pick a fucking amendment. I don't give a fuck. When you amass that many weapons, for what? For providing food? I can provide food for that group with 5 rifles or less.
Yeah.
yeah, if you're living off the land, yeah.
You don't need 800 million rounds of ammunition. You don't need enough weapons that there's enough to hand every man, woman, and child one in a cult of that size, one to take people out.
All right,
Yeah, and you could say-
I just
go ahead,
gotta say
please.
that at 12 years old, yearning to be David Koresh's fuck toy for the night.
Yeah, like they would argue. Yeah, they'd argue. They'd
exactly
argue over who
why-
was going to get to fuck him that night.
At 12, 13 years old. Okay, that's something not normal in that house. Okay, just saying. Just saying. It shouldn't be normal for a 13-year-old to say, "Oh, I want to fuck David's dick tonight." There might be a problem there.
Just a little bit.
But
But yeah,
anyway, we
if
digest.
you guys haven't watched this yet out there in La La Land, the lady in the yellow shirt is absolutely batshit crazy. You will want to punch a wall. And I told these guys, actually Herm watched it first. He didn't say anything, like a cock. And then the rest of us watched it because Herm's a cock and didn't tell anybody. And I told Lynch, I'm like, the lady in the yellow shirt, you're gonna want to punch the wall at how stupid this woman is. And Lynch, you said it best in the chat when she said about having sex with David Koresh. What was the line?
Oh, I'd have to look it up, but it was something
That she felt a tenderness with God, and the whole
Yes.
thing.
Yes, that it was
Hey.
that was her time to be alone with God.
God.
Yeah,
That was that's how they all felt. That was their time to be alone with God.
Well, I like
First
how they.
day- Go ahead, please.
I like what they said about Koresh. Not exactly good looking, not smart, but he
Charisma
knew-
for
And it-
days.
Charisma and enigmatic to
Yeah.
the correct demographic.
right. He very 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 strong personality for people who are impressionable.
A photographic memory that allowed him to like he was the fucking prophet.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. How do you know you're in a cult? One, the guy leading the cult tells you he's Jesus.
First red flag.
Number two, refer back to rule number 1.
Ooh, red flag.
Repeat if necessary.
Hi,
No,
I'm
for
David.
real. It's
Hi, I'm David. I'm the risen Jesus. I'll see you next week.
I am the second coming.
Yeah. He had a lot of second comings from what I saw.
all right.
Herm, you got a last
13.
question?
All right, I do. I have a last question. My last question, I wrote it this morning before we knew about a lot of what's going on, but with the shooter from yesterday's events. But my question 5 is, who or what do we blame when anything that isn't deemed by the government as a hunting rifle is illegal to purchase, and the mass/school shootings become single/multiple ordnance bombings?
Never.
Whose fault is it? And what do we do now? What's the solution?
Get rid of bombs. It's just like everything else.
Because and that question I ask because everybody is screaming, it's the guns. As if guns are the only way to kill people. No, they are the most efficient. I'm not going to lie, but
Most widely used. Too.
so are explosives,
most
and there's a lot of ways to find that shit out on the internet.
Here, let me say this way loud for the people in the back. Osama bin Laden killed 3,000 people without a bullet. Think
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I mean,
Not one bullet. Maybe a couple razor blades inside the plane.
And I don't know, 5 fucking airplanes. here's the thing, and Lynch and I proved it a couple of years ago when he filled in for my co-host on Chris and the Guy That Fucks Everybody. We had 2 loaded weapons on the table, and we at the beginning of the show put them down. We had the owner of said weapons on the show. We talked about gun control and what the difference between a responsible gun owner and a whack job with a gun. Now, those 2 weapons sat there the entire 90 minutes, and they didn't kill anybody. So, of course, today I had to go fuck with my favorite toy, if you will, David Hogg, on Twitter. We got to stop the guns. We got to do this. I'm like, dude, you're supposedly educated. Guns don't kill people. Anything can be an assault to anything with intent and forethought put behind it and malice. A shovel is a shovel until I whack you in the back of the fucking
Well,
head. An
that's
assault shovel.
no, it's not even whether it's an assault shovel. It literally comes down to I had the talk with Jen on the way to the gun store today. My father had a beautiful rifle, for a beautiful shotgun. Sorry, that he hadn't been used in years. And as you guys saw, you saw the video of the guy snooping around the property, going into vehicles. I wanted to take a 30-inch barreled shotgun that is designed for distance and accuracy. And unfortunately, with a barrel that long, it's not conducive for home defense. I can't clear a corner clean with a barrel with an extra foot plus of barrel sticking around a corner.
No, but you
And it's it's a lot more to swing around. So I went in and traded it for something that was a little more tactical after the other night. So
I like what you picked.
I didn't go with the Keltec. I went with the Stevens. It's a Stevens, so I know what it is. It's not a it's an exceptional rifle. It'll or long gun, and it's great for home defense. But I had to go in and fill out the paperwork for a long gun background check, and because I'm so new, I didn't come back in the half hour as popped and ready to go. I literally don't even have a physical license yet. I'm only working with a piece of paper. So I'm so new in the system that it got hung up and it's been put on hold.
Yeah.
So but that's what's required for me to legally get the gun that I'm going to use to defend my house. So
you should.
I get beat.
I didn't walk out of there. I didn't storm out of there. They were like, the lady was like, I don't know. They put a hold on it. And her husband was like, it's probably because you're so new in the system in the state that there is no background. So they've got to check some other sources and that takes some time. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm just trying to find a means to an end. The next time somebody rolls up in my car, I'm rolling up on them with a tactical shotgun. And we're going to see about them making some life decisions.
Yeah, it's a very oh shit moment in their life.
Because it would have been completely different and I'd have rolled up. Because I'll load it with birdshot and squeeze off. Because like I said, he jumped in a car and floored it in reverse for over a quarter of a mile to the end of the intersection in the neighborhood, in the dark with no light. So birdshot's not going to fucking kill him at a distance, but it'll definitely fuck his car up and give the police something to look for the next time.
It'll ruin his day.
I mean, I scared the living shit out of him when he didn't realize we had the security system. So I came in out of nowhere, and I was like 3 to 6 inches away from having my hands on him.
Did I ever tell you a story about when I lived in Jewett City? You know where I lived at the end of the road, right? I think you were there once. At the end of South Main Street, there's the dead end, and it's fenced off from my yard, and it was like a big U fenced off area. And one night there were just kids out there hooting and hollering and whatever, and it was 2, 3 in the morning. And I looked at my girlfriend. We owned the house together. I said, "I'll be right back." She goes, "You're not going out there to cause trouble." I said, "Nope, I'm going to end it." So went outside, and I had a weapon, and I low crawled through the backyard, around the fence. They're all sitting on pickup trucks, and I stood up and I cocked the hammer, and they all looked up at me. And I'm like, none of you saw me coming. I got 7 confirmed kills right here. I'm going to leave as quietly as I came. You don't know where I'm coming from. You don't know where I'm going to. You're going to leave just as quietly. If I see you here again, we're going to have a problem. And I low crawled out of the way. I actually low crawled into the neighbor's yard, so they thought it was a different house. And I sat in a bush and I watched them all leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the gun that kills people, because if I wanted to and I was crazy, I could have popped 7 people that day. I didn't. But we got to keep talking about, because everybody's talking about gun control, from St. David of the Hog to Karen Jean.
No, I mean, like I have shotgun loads. The shotgun is loaded is loaded in a specific manner. I have the first shell that I even with Dad's, the first shell that I load is birdshot. It's an effective.
It's your warning shot.
It's an effective warning shot. I can fire it up in the air, and it doesn't really come down with any kind of destruction of any kind. Like the weight of a bullet. It's tiny birdshot for quail. It's little teeny tiny pieces of metal. It's nothing. You know what I mean? The round after that and the 4 behind it, the 5 behind it, because that's the one loaded into the shotgun. The 5 behind it are slugs. Hollow point rifled 12 gauge slugs, which are designed to take down like a bear. So yeah. So if I hit you with one of those, it's going right through your chest and it's blowing a hole the size of a dinner plate out your back. So you can either clear out when I fire the warning shot, or Castle Doctrine here, if you're on the property, I'll smoke you.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. Here's it's like it's an 88 Magnum. It shoots through school.
Yes, I value my shit more than that asshole's life. Yep.
You're damn right. And if you're coming in to steal my shit, good fucking luck. I want to read to you something, and I'm not going to read the press release that came out from the Trans Resistance Network that I sent to you guys. I want to read a little piece that's written by my friend Ben Bauer about it. And if you
so we have a commentary on that release?
Because I'm not going to give the Trans Resistance Network.
All right. Yeah. No. No. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not.
When it gets to the end,
they're trying to turn the fucking shooter into a victim herself, and I'm not buying that shit.
Here's what Ben had to write. This is an effort to justify the.
She killed people because of us. That's what they're trying to say. Go ahead.
This is an effort to justify the shooting in Nashville, and refers essentially to the victims as consequences of an alleged trans hate.
Yes.
I'm not even going to touch on how misguided so much of this is, because it isn't worth it. Those of you who are in my camp already get it. Those of you who are outside refuse to listen. I have an unfortunate prediction for you all. This is the first in a long string of violence by trans people. It is going to happen, mark my words. I cannot wait until the officers who have to respond to these instances are thrown in jail for hate crimes. But wait, the irony is this was an actual hate crime committed against Christians. Mic drop, Ben Bauer. This was a hate crime from the beginning, on children, on adults, and it was a Christian school, so you can't tell me that. So if a Christian person, let me finish, Lynch, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a broad question.
I have a question.
If a Christian walks into a gay nightclub and shoots up a bunch of people, it's a hate crime.
Absolutely.
If a black guy drives into the middle of a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, it wasn't the black guy, it was the car's fault. At what point does the crazy leftists, and again, I'm pointing to the crazy leftists, not the nice, normal, democratic people.
You're talking about the more centrist people.
Yes, when do we see this for what it is? This was a hate crime. And I don't care if you identified as a woman, as a man, as a fucking red-tailed hawk, like that idiot I saw online the other day saying, I'm a red-tailed hawk, but I've been trapped in a human body for 28 years. Get the fuck out of here. It's mental illness, and mental illness is what's killing these people, not the guns. We've proved it. Lynch and myself. 2-3 years ago, I will dig it up. If anybody has the balls to watch it, I will put it up, and I'll say, here's what we did. You want to see those guns not kill people? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to show it to you. And I'm going to shut off my portion of this rant by saying it's about time that we stop labeling everything you don't like as phobic or racist or misogynist or all this other bullshit. The minute you use those terms, you have lost the fucking argument. This was nothing but a hate crime from beginning to end by a mentally unstable person who obviously didn't know right from wrong, and it took 3 children and 3 adults with this person who got shot by the police. Good riddance, rotten hell, go fuck yourself. He,
Yep.
him, they, them, fuck you.
All right. So that leads me to a question I already knew the answer to. I don't know. Did I send you the Tennessean front page?
Did not.
This was the headline. Nashville school shooting updates. Quote, suspect legally purchased 7 guns, was under doctor care. So what's
So,
that tell you? So
It
let
tells
me
me
finish.
that the gun
Let me
laws are
get-
lax there.
Well, it depends.
no.
I filled paperwork out today, guys. I can tell you exactly what they asked. They asked if, and dude, I ran a fucking 20-minute comedy routine with the lady at the counter with the questions they were asking. They wanted to know basically they wanted to know if I'd ever been deemed I don't remember the exact wording, but basically, has anybody officially said you were crazy? But that's the thing. Unless you're medically diagnosed, just going to somebody because you have a problem doesn't mean you've been. So technically, you can answer no.
Well,
I'm crazy as fuck, but I haven't been officially diagnosed with anything. Then you can get whatever you want.
it's just
And this
straightforward.
and this is my step in, and I'm gonna take it. This is where I say, and I've said this from the fucking beginning, that the whole trans thing is a form of mental illness. Okay? It's a form of mental illness. It's a problem with dealing with fucking reality. All right? You want us to deal with you and accept you as real, but you can't accept who the fuck you really are. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that shit. It's just a form of fucking mental disease. And if you're going to blame the fact that she did what she did because she was trans, then it's a form of mental fucking disease. Because anybody else who wasn't trans, who did same thing, would be said they were fucking crazy. So you can't have your cake and eat it too, fuckers.
They don't want to admit that this person had problems. This person had issues, and everything you just said. Ties
Well, they did,
ties
but
into my-
they did, but it's all of our fault
Right.
because we didn't accept her fucking delusion.
Let me go back to something before you go on, Lynch, because what you said, and Zach said it, and I hope Zach doesn't mind. We're sharing the dude chat. Usually we share this just with the dudes, but we've already broken that fucking theory, haven't we? Zach said this in the dude chat. Zach, if I'm overstepping my boundaries, tell me I'm wrong and I'll stop. I will say this: I have worked with and gone to school with multiple trans people, and none of the ones I've associated myself with are the kind of people to push their identity and mental state upon you. One of them recently just came out around Christmas time just to tell me, hey, I identify as a woman now, and I have known this person since elementary school. And while I was shocked, I accepted the belief because he did not push it on me. As for the other two, okay, Zach says, go ahead. Thank you. I'm halfway through. If you just said stop, I'd have stopped right there. As for the other two, I went to college with and work with, it's 2 females transitioned to male, and they have everything except for the surgery done. And they both did take male hormones, and you would never be able to guess that they were once women unless you saw old pictures of them. And there are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet, but again, not the kind of people to push their identity onto you. So, I mean, I don't really understand why all these trans people have such a problem in their lives. Maybe it's just me getting lucky to not know the asshole ones, or maybe some are just more assholish than others. With that, Lynch and I both know a trans person, the same one, who was very respectful and doesn't push the ideology. The problem that I have, before Lynch goes on his rant, the problem I have is this: you have to affirm me. The fuck I do. you can't tell me what I can and can't like. It's like if Herm said to me, dude, starting tomorrow, you have to like ranch dressing. You must affirm the fact that I love ranch dressing. You must affirm the fact that you can go fuck yourself. Not happening.
Right.
You don't get
Right.
to tell people how
Right.
to be, what to think, and how to act. And the problem I have with certain people, and I haven't brought up his name in a couple weeks, I'm not going to now because I'm not going to give the festering twat any more publicity than he believes he should get. You don't get to have it both ways. You don't. Either you want tolerance or you want to push compliance. You better pick a lane and drive through, because a guy like me doesn't shut up. And I'm going to tell you straight to your fucking face how wrong you are. Lynch, please take it away.
All right, so everything that you guys have just both said, especially Mike with the mental illness things, leads me into, and this is a very well timed thing that happened, and not the shooting. As a punctuation to that, I watched last night this thing about, remember Jazz, the young boy who
Yep.
became a girl. I am Jazz.
Oh yeah.
So now Jazz is 23 years old,
Mm-hmm.
has ballooned over to 200 pounds, and is having an identity crisis at 23 years old, and caught on camera by the film crew saying word for word, "I just want to be who I'm supposed to be, and I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
I don't know who that is." 23 fucking years old. Now looking back at the choices that were not made for her, those were not made for her. Her parents forced her at 4 years old to start treatment. 4 years old. That girl never had testosterone in her system. The bottom surgery they did failed because that girl's skin was so goddamn tight that it never had testosterone in it. It's a medical nightmare now, and she has to put a metal wand inside of herself to stay dilated.
Well, did you
That's
hear what the
does
mother
that
had
sound
to
like-
say? There are
Did you-
times
that's-
I will wake her up in the middle of the night and do it myself. That's
Where-
not her wanting to
Whoa.
do it. That's you.
Whoa, where the fuck are you coming into my bedroom shoving shit up at me for something that it's kind of like I feel like poor Jazz just went along for the ride.
What can you do at that age?
And now she's having mental issues because of it. She's overeating because of those mental issues. She binge eats. She's clinically depressed. She's on a ton of fucking medication. Would this have happened at 23 if she had not transitioned? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. That's the answer we will never know because he or she was never given the chance.
A doctor.
But it just proves
Go ahead,
to
please.
me Mike's point about the gun, about tying mental health into gun ownership, just proves to me it won't fucking work. Because I can lie to any motherfucker on the planet in a gun store and say, "Oh, I'm perfectly fine."
Mm-hmm.
And I can go to my shrink who I was forced to go to and say, "Oh, I'm just fine." And legally, he can't declare me clinically
Well, they showed
crazy.
signs of fineness. Sell him a gun.
Exactly, because anybody who wants something bad enough can masquerade all their bullshit as much as they can to get what the end result. And that's exactly what happened here. You had a conflicted person who already was mentally unstable at some point, didn't know up from down, left from right, doesn't know what's going on in life right now, and blamed it on her, I'm going to say, Catholic upbringing. That's what I'm extrapolating out of it. I'm unfortunately behind the eight ball with the latest news on this because I interviewed today and all this other shit going on. I don't know what drove her to that point.
We don't know that yet. We haven't. What we have released as of today is some text messages and messages that were sent to somebody she knew that morning, very early, 9:15, and then by 9:30 or so, she was dead.
Have they released the contents of said texts, or they?
Yeah, they have actually. You can go online, and I saw them today, and she was talking about there was things she had to do, and I don't want to misquote, but
I gotta pull this shit up.
but you can Google that shit, and school shooter text messages, and it'll come up. But she
definitely
definitely that morning she was like, that message I sent or posted, that post that was involved with you, that's like my way of saying goodbye. So and then next thing you know, we have the surveillance video of her shooting out the front doors of the school
I watched
and
that
going
last night.
in and walking around like she's playing Call of Duty. So, and I hate to say that because I don't want to shed any evil light on a video game because that's not what did this.
Well, and that's
This
another
was
thing.
not anything to do with a video game. I've been shooting motherfuckers since I was 10, and I'm a law-abiding citizen. So there it is.
I mean, that just
There's
to
something
me,
else.
To me, that whole thing just deflates that argument that we need to put mental health checks in on getting a on gun ownership. I'm sorry, unless you're locked in a rubber room in a hospital, anybody can lie. Anybody can lie to get a gun.
It's
And
true.
now you only got to lie for
It's
20
true.
minutes.
It's true.
That 20 minutes to take some out the paperwork. You can swear to Buddha that you're perfectly fine. I'm okay. I have 7 guns.
Yeah.
I'm a trans person. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go crazy. Flash forward to yesterday. What happened? What happened? It hurt. This is such a big hit to the trans community, the ones I respect in the trans community, that it's going to be real hard to come back from. For the people that I know that
No, it won't. They'll blame everybody else. They'll use misdirection, and they won't. Nobody will answer for it the way and they'll spin it that it was everybody else's fault. The rest of the world is the reason she killed those people.
one of those people I do follow is Buck Angel. I don't know if any of you are familiar with who Buck Angel is, but she is a female porn star that presents as male. You look at Buck's face, you think it's a dude. Then until she takes her bottoms off, you're like, holy shit, and she's very the opposite of what the extreme left is kind of their agenda.
Right.
I don't like to use the word agenda. It's their platform. Because you know what? I don't think every trans person in the world has an agenda to secretly, infiltrate schools and indoctrinate children at 3 or 4 years old. I'm not that crazy. But I do. They are their platform, which is their platform. I don't agree or disagree with it. You do you, I do me. We're one big happy family. So whatever. I know trans people as well, and I respect the hell out of them because they treat it as this is how I feel about myself. Not this all encompasses me. They're multi-layered. They're fluid. They're like the people who think gender is fluid. I can kind of agree with that. That kind of makes sense to me. But forcing it down your throat and telling me that I have to think a certain way, like Chris said, no, I can agree with your decision. I don't have to like it. There's a difference between agree and like. I agree with your point. I don't like it. There's a difference.
Right.
It's
Right.
like I said this in my interview today. I used the word boss, and I corrected myself. I said, you know what, I'm going to take that back. I don't like the word boss. I like the word manager. A boss implies that I am going to dictate and tell you what to do because I'm the boss. That's only suitable for certain situations. The military, dealing with fucking nuclear weapons, that kind of thing. They need to be the boss.
A kitchen.
A kitchen boss. I'm going to manage. And by managing, that's grooming people to be successful. and she's like, oh, that's an answer. I'm like, yeah, that's how I think. And if you take that logic and apply it to the trans community, you can espouse. It's like born again Christians or Mormons or any other door-to-door religion. I can listen to a Mormon all day long and talk and agree with a lot of things they say, but I may not believe it.
Doesn't mean I'm buying into your shit.
Right.
You might have a point here or there that I might agree with, but I'm still not buying into your fucking crazy.
Where I lived in Mystic, right down the street is a Mormon tabernacle, and then on the other side there's a Jehovah's Witness. My every Sunday there was this guy Lester who would come in from the Jehovah's Witness, and then, I can't remember. I think David was the other gentleman, and he would sit in our living room, and my dad would call me in, and listen to him. My dad loved them to death. They were great guys because they weren't preaching. They were just saying this is common sense shit that applies to life, and if you live your life this way, guess what? You're going to feel better about yourself, and you're not going to. If you have to think for a moment whether this is the right or wrong thing to do, it's going to prevent you from doing that. You're going to know the right from wrong already. And I use that to this day. I use that philosophy to this day. If I have to stop for a second to think if I should or should not do something, I probably shouldn't. And that a lot of things, like this job I interviewed for, should I apply for it? And I immediately said yes. There was no doubt. If I don't get it, oh well. I still have a job. I still have income coming in. If I get it, great. I'll be the best that I can be. But forcing that shit down people's throats, it's rude. It's very ignorant, and it's like a black person telling me I have to like them because they're black.
Nope.
Or,
Yep,
or an Asian guy telling me I have to love him because he's from the Philippines or he's from China.
Yep.
I'll like you. I'll like you for you. I'll dislike you for you. If you happen to be any one of these criteria, I just don't like you because you're a shitty person. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin or where you came from.
There it is. There it is. Gentlemen, we have like 3.5 minutes left of time before they're going to make us cut this short and do another episode at the end. So, well, I'm just saying, I'm not reposting a show for fucking, for 3 minutes of shit. And we've made some beautiful fucking points. We've just run extremely long.
I'm going to tell you folks before the drums start hitting, watch the rest of the show. If you came in late, we appreciate you no matter when you came in. If you started with us and left, or if you came in late and you're ending with us, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com, or just put a comment underneath the show and we'll try to get to it next week. I'm sure we're going to have more to talk about as the story develops.
Absolutely.
And
But,
I have one thing to say quickly to
Go ahead. Just go. Go ahead. Say it.
to Derek's feminist neighbor. No uterus, no decision. Fuck you.
Send her to me. I'll fix her shit.
Oh, there we go. That'll do it.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, guys. We will see everybody later. Talk to y'all next week.
Sleep soundly in your beds tonight. Judgment falls upon you at first night. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful one. In the blackest moment of a dying world, what have you
Just so you guys know, the shooter's pronouns are now was, were.